I studied Arvell Reese, David Bailey, and Elijah Surratt. These are three rising prospects for the 2026 NFL Draft.
You are Locked On NFL Draft, your daily podcast covering the NFL Draft. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back to the Locked On NFL Draft Podcast, your daily podcast covering your favorite draft prospects, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your boy, Damian Parson. I'm an NFL draft analyst with Bleacher Report. And as always, thank you for making Locked On NFL Draft your first listen today and every day. Shout out for being our everydayers. Guys, it's Watch the Tape Wednesday. I picked three players. Arvell Reese, the star second-level defender, edge rusher, whatever you want to call him, Swiss Army knife from Ohio State. David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech, and Elijah Surratt, the star wide receiver for the Indiana Hoosiers. I watched the tape. I studied the tape. And I'm going to tell you why these are three rising prospects in the 2026 NFL Draft. But before that, today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. Arvell Reese had a big game, another big game, right? And this is a guy that did not start the season as a potential first-round pick. It was his teammate, Sonny Styles, the linebacker for Ohio State. But Arvell Reese has really risen to the occasion. And this is a guy that's listed at 6'4", 245 pounds, coming off a game versus Illinois. 6 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 total pressures. And I tell you one thing, guys, he is my nickname for him is the Terminator. Like, he is a Terminator out there, man. There's so many things I wrote down, and I'll take you through the list of notes that I have. It's different things that I really wrote down, and I'm like, man, this dude is good. He is so good as a defender. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's like he's like a supersized version of Jalen Walker from last year. Remember Jalen Walker played off-ball backer, rushed the quarterback, blitzed through the A-gap, did all those things, right? Arvell Reese is starting to get the Micah Parsons comp right now. I don't want to do that to him because I don't believe in doing that to anybody. But what Micah Parsons has done is kind of revolutionized the linebacker position because he came in, drafted as a linebacker out of Penn State, and he played edge. He started playing edge for the Dallas Cowboys, and he's now with the Green Bay Packers. Arvell Reese, some of the things I wrote down for him, taking on blocks at the second level, like, typically you don't want a defensive coordinator does not want those interior offensive linemen to climb to the second level. They want their defensive tackles and defensive linemen to eat up space, hold up gaps, and just occupy those blockers, right? And so you still want, even with Arvell Reese, you want that, but you don't have the same concerns with 6'4", 245 pounds with the power and strength of someone that might be 260, 270. You don't really worry about that. He's built, like my guy Jordan Reed from ESPN tweeted out, he's built like an action figure, okay? He's built like an action figure. So he takes on blocks from the second level well. He knows how to shoot his hands, how to lock out as he's stacking, he's peeking, and then he knows how to shed blocks as well. On the perimeter, I love the physicality in terms of punishing pullers, meeting them with physicality. You talk about guys pulling from backside and him working off the edge, same foot, same shoulder, into the chest or into the rib cage, and now you force the running back to have to either jump cut outside and bounce to run outside, or they have to run it in between the congestion of the tackles where all the defensive linemen and linebackers are working downhill. He knows how to set a hard edge, and running backs don't like to see hard edges. They want the edge to be soft so they can really be able to manipulate defenders. Hey, I'm going outside, making you overflow. Now I cut up and I displaced you and I replaced you. That's what they want to do, right? But not only that, when you talk about him as a linebacker, Arvell Reese, you see sideline to sideline range and athleticism. This is a big guy that can move. And when he gets up on his high horse, he is trucking. He is moving. He's picking them up and he's putting them down in a very fast manner, man. He's got outstanding closing speed and burst to the football. gains good depth as a spot dropper in zone coverage. I love that. He keeps his head on a swivel for incoming routes, and they use him on as a middle hook defender, hook curl, and I've even seen some curl the flats. So you're talking about zone coverage, being able to get to his spots, right? He does a good job protecting the seam against tight ends and even some slot receivers when he's in the overhang a little bit. I'm telling you, he is the Terminator. He is a weapon defensively, right? But let's go to the pass rush. We'll get everybody excited. He's an explosive pass rusher with great speed to power conversion, lateral agility to jump gaps on twists and stunts. And guys, as a blitzer, this is where he could be really dangerous. As a blitzer, you telling me I want to leave my running back. Illinois did this. I don't even know the running back's name, but I feel so bad for him because Illinois' running back was sitting back there. I'm going to protect my quarterback. He even stepped up into the gap. And boy, did Arvell Reese take him for a ride. He just walked him back, just power. And it was just pads popping, arms extended. He's driving him back right into the quarterback, moves the quarterback off of the spot, right? So running through the face mask of running backs as a blitzer to pressure the quarterback, that closing speed, that burst, that acceleration to the football and to the quarterback. There's a play against, I believe it was against Illinois as well, where he's a back. They're trying to run away from him, right? Run the opposite direction. And he just chases it down from backside. And I'm just like, man, I don't know what you do with them. But I'm going to tell you one thing right now, guys. Arvell Reese is the second. Well, not for me. He's the number one riser for the 2026 NFL draft. It's not Fernando Mendoza, not for your boy Dame. Dame DP, right? Coach DP. Me? No, Fernando was my QB1. It's not Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain was my third overall prospect on my big board. So it's not Ruben Bain. It is Arvell Reese. He was not on my radar like that. And I'm telling you right now, he is locking himself in as a top 15 pick. And in the words of my guy, Jordan Reed, higher. He might be working himself into that top 10 range because his ability to be a dual facet defender, whether it's as a linebacker, attacking the line of scrimmage, stopping the run, reading his keys, playing on the edge, setting hard edges, in some of those 5-man fronts, right? As a stand-up outside linebacker, or just lined up as a stand-up edge rusher and getting after the quarterback. To watch him walk, not even just walk, he runs through offensive tackles, man. Like this young man is incredible, and he is trending towards a blue chip grade for me. I'm just giving you the facts. This type of run that he is on right now, Ohio State's defense is elite. They're one of the best, if not the best in the country, right? Arvell Reese was not even the probably fourth or fifth prospect on that defense entering the season that we were excited to see. Number one was Caleb Downs. Number two was Sonny Styles. We was ready to see Matthews at corner and different things. We were ready to see some of these other guys. But I'm going to be honest with you. I love Caleb Downs. But Arvell Reese, he's making the case that he is the Buckeyes' most impactful defender right now during the 2025 college football season ahead of the 2026 NFL draft. At the end of the day, guys, if your defense needs a playmaker, a difference maker, a game changer, look no further than 6'4", 245-pound hybrid edge linebacker for Ohio State, those Buckeyes, Arvell Reese. But I'm going to talk about, coming up next, I'm going to talk about David Bailey and why he might have the best pass rush package in all of the 2026 NFL Draft.
I'm Cody Rourke from Locked On Broncos, and this episode is brought to you by Peloton. Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. This is Peloton's most advanced equipment yet, giving you real-time guidance and endless ways to move, whether you're running, lifting, or you're cross-training with your favorite instructors like Alex Toussaint. It's training reimagined to make your workout more personal. Peloton is built for breakthroughs. With features that help you plan, stay motivated, and hit peak performance, you can let yourself run, lift, flex, and go, while Peloton handles all the rest. Plus, Peloton IQ provides real-time strength coaching, tracking your progress and suggesting weights that challenge you so you can get stronger. Plus, the new movement tracking camera, it counts your reps and corrects your form in real time, making sure every rep is safer and smarter. So let yourself run, lift, flex, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton cross-training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. The NFL season is in full swing, and FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 back in bonus bets if you win. That's right, you heard me correct. Go ahead and pick a bet. Put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use freely across the app. I mean, you can use it on things like player props, building your same game parlay, as well as jumping into the live game action as it unfolds. And this is not a deal you want to pass up. So my question is, what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com right now to download the FanDuel app today and get started. Again, what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com right now to download the FanDuel app today to get started. The most complete pass rusher in the 2026 NFL Draft might reside in Lubbock, Texas, with the Texas Tech Raiders' David Bailey, coming off another monster game against the Kansas Jayhawks. 3 QB hits, 3 sacks, 5 total pressures. This guy is on a tear, and guys, on the season, he has 8.5 sacks, 11 QB hits, 1 fumble forced, and 24 pressures and hurries. Okay? He is getting to the quarterback time and time again, right? It's almost, you can't forget it. It's like Michael Jackson. Do you remember the time David Bailey was in our backfield in 2025? That's where it is right now. This young man is on an absolute heater. And it's to me, the things I wrote down, a complete pass rush package to me, right? He's not just a finesse dip and bend guy, right? So he has multiple moves and ways to get to the quarterback if left one-on-one. And I want to even go back to, just the numbers. When they played Utah, he had 3 pressures, 3 pressures and a sack in that game, going up against arguably OT1 and 2, or 2 of the top 3 offensive tackles in the 2026 NFL Draft against Utah, Caleb Lemieux and Spencer Fano. He had a good game against them. It was an all-out war. I'm telling you, if you have not watched the film on that, please go check it out. If you are a trench baby and you appreciate trench warfare, go watch the defensive tape for Texas Tech's defensive line versus Utah's offensive line. And I believe that was week 4. I'm telling you right now, guys, listen, if you're a trench baby, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I love it. I'm a trench baby. Love it all the way, right? David Bailey, to me, like the ways he gets to the quarterback, you had the dip and bend around the outside shoulder, okay? He has the speed and quickness to run the arc all the way around. That McDonald's arc, that M, he'll run it around and then curve it down to get to the quarterback if you try to work him too far upfield. If you overset, this is where he gets you, the inside spin. If you overset, if you're overzealous as an offensive tackle because you're worried about his ability to win the outside shoulder, to win the edge, to run the arc, well, what typically happens is you overset, you get too high on your horse, you get out of your stance too quickly, and you don't protect the inside leverage with the inside hand, he spins right through you, right around you. I'm sorry. He spins right around you, and now he's in the face of your quarterback. I love his motor. There was a play against Kansas where he, and then also, goes right into my next point about his pass rush. He has speed to power conversion. The left tackle tried to set him. He just absolutely ran through him, got his hands underneath the shoulder pads and the chest plate, and he's driving him. And I believe he got a sack on that one. There was another one where he with speed to power. We all know Jalen Daniels is one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in college football. Has been for a while now. He breaks contain. David Bailey detaches, retraces his steps, and then chases Jalen Daniels down in the backfield. Like he runs out to his left. He chases him down and still is able to make an impact on the quarterback. David Bailey, like I said, speed to power, dip and bend, inside spin counter, but he also has a dip and rip move. He has, I believe it's the club and rip. Like he has different ways to get to the quarterback. And when you have that, I believe he has outside spin as well. I'm just telling you, this is a guy, 6'3". I'm going to give you the for what he's listed at, 6'3", 250 pounds. This is what I hope for. Spent 3 years at Stanford, and this is some of the numbers. 2022, 3 sacks, 3 QB hits, 22 hurries. 2023 at Stanford, 5 sacks, 2 QB hits, 17 hurries and pressures. 2024 at Stanford, 7 sacks, 6 QB hits, 26 pressures and hurries. Also, 5 forced fumbles in 2024, 2 forced fumbles in 2022, and then again this year, 8.5 sacks, 8.5 sacks, 11 QB hits, 24 hurries and pressures, and 1 fumble forced. My hope is that he continues this heater. I want to see a 20 sack season from this young man. I'm telling you right now, because one thing we know, the Big 12 is going to throw the football, okay? The Big 12 is going to throw the football. I'm going to look at their schedule real quick to see what offenses he's going to face down the stretch of this season. You get Arizona State. They typically throw the football. They do run the ball. Depends on what happens with Sam Leavitt. Jeff Sims, absolutely not. We cannot have him starting games. You need Sam Leavitt back in there. You got Oklahoma State. You get Kansas State. And we know that Avery Johnson will hold that ball, pat the ball, burp the baby. BYU is a physical team. They're going to run the ball. UCF, they give you balance. And then West Virginia, they don't even have their top player, who is their running back. He's out for the season. So, yeah, he's got a nice stretch of games and teams and offenses that, hey, as long as you guys stop the run and force them into true drop back sets, it's time to pin the ears back and let David Bailey go get him, right? And I think that's where you feel most comfortable. And my hope is that he stays on this heater. I want 15 to 20 sacks on the season. That's just me being greedy. But then I want to see him in Mobile, right? I'll be at the Senior Bowl. I want to see him in Mobile, man. I want to see him in Mobile just terrorizing offensive tackles and one-on-ones, right? I want to see it. I need to see it because this is a guy, I want to see him in person. I want to gauge that first step because as a scouting wise, we watch film, we believe we can, right? We can gauge arm strength, first step quickness, explosiveness, and speed, right? And size, in terms of height, weight, and all that type of stuff, and build. We can, the good ones and ones who've been doing this for a long time, we can gauge those things all on tape, right? Sometimes it's hit or miss. So it can be hit or miss, right? But the key to it is you want to see guys in person because now I get to gauge it in real time. I'm there in person. I can feel. I'll never forget being at the Senior Bowl a couple years ago, where Malik Willis was throwing the ball. He was on there. He was there as him, Kenny Pickett, a couple other guys, and you felt every single throw from Malik Willis. The ball, when it hit, the tight ends didn't want to catch it. They let it hit their shoulder pads, their chest first, and you could hit a thud. That arm talent was ridiculous, right? Michael Penix and his ability to stretch the field and throw with power and strength and everything like that. We've seen guys. Same thing with Tank Dell and his route running and quickness and quick twitch movement skills. You just appreciate things a lot more when you see it in person. So I hope to see David Bailey at the Senior Bowl in person so you can get that vibe and that feel for that first step quickness, that takeoff, that get off, and go get the quarterback. So, yes, David Bailey, maybe the most complete pass rusher in the 2026 NFL draft, especially not named Ruben Bain. He's up there with Ruben Bain, man. I'm telling you, I love everything about David Bailey. But coming up next, talk about my guy. I talked about him on Monday. I gave him the game ball, but I got to talk about what I saw on tape. Elijah Surratt, the star wide receiver for Indiana. This young man had himself a day. Let's break it down next. The NFL season is back and in full swing. And honestly, there's nothing better than being in the stadium surrounded by fans cheering on your team. But let's be honest, getting tickets can be a hassle. Between queues, login screens, and prices jumping at checkout, it's frustrating. But that is why I use Game Time, the app that gives the advantage back to the fans. Game Time is fast, easy, and backed by the Game Time guarantee. You'll always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, all fees are included. So the price you see is the price you pay. The app made it super simple. I could even see the exact view from my seat before I purchased my ticket. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, the promo code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today. Thank you for making Locked On NFL Draft your first listen today and every day. Shout out for being our everydayers. Elijah Surratt, the star wide receiver for those undefeated Indiana Hoosiers, man. What a season they are having. Elijah Surratt is a big-time stock riser in the NFL draft right now. 6'2", 213 pounds, 215 pounds. Coming off a game, guys, against Oregon on the road, big-time game. 8 catches, 121 yards, and the game-winning touchdown. And what was so impressive watching Elijah Surratt against that secondary is how he won. This guy runs good routes, but he's strong. He's physical. He's got great hands to be able to go up and pluck the ball. They use him in the screen game. They motioned him. He played the X. He played the slot. He played the Z. He moved all over the offensive formation. He ran quick out routes. He ran a nasty whip route. You go check my Twitter, DP_NFL, and look through my media. You will find that tweet that I put out probably, was that Monday, I think? I think I put it out Monday morning or something like that. But yes, Elijah Surratt, absolutely a big-time stock riser and a guy that in this wide receiver class was Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemons balling, Denzel Boston's being a big physical receiver. This is listen, if anybody told you preseason, like if anybody tweeted out or whatever, said that this wide receiver class was not good, that should let you know not to listen to that person because they didn't watch any of the film. This is a good class, and you have a variety of flavors and archetypes and body types and athletic profiles. You want your gadget guys, you got a Zachariah Branch, right? You want your guys that like Zay Flowers, you got your Deion Burks. Elijah Surratt just is he gets open a lot. Slant routes, stop routes, out routes, the whip route. He can run double moves, all of it, right? The back shoulder fade. Okay, like his timing and understanding on the back shoulder fade is so good. So when I think about a receiver and a player, just what I saw on film, he just gave those guys so much issues because it's hard to defend a receiver that understands how to attack leverage. You know what I mean? If you're playing side saddle bail as a corner because you're playing cover 3 and you are aligned or shaded inside, well, if I attack outside and stem my route outside, but I'm running an end breaker, right? I can get into your blind spot. I can make you peek over that outside shoulder or make you turn, zone turn, and then I can break back into open space and I could have left you behind me, right? Or if you're playing outside leverage and then I stem it inside, make you kind of try to close that space just to cross face and work the out route, okay? The outbreaker, the corner route, different things of that nature. He's got the body control. He can get the toe drag swag going with the 2 feet in bounds and drag the toe and all of those things. So his body control, the tempo and pacing of his routes, the understanding of leverage, and just that detailed movement ability that he has. I love every bit of that. And then you get the physicality. You get the physicality as well from a receiver like Elijah Surratt that knows how to shrug off arm tackles and different things of that nature. I moved. I remember for me, I moved this grade up because I'm getting ready to work on his scouting report and everything for Bleacher Report. And I'll tell you one thing right now. I think I had a third on him initially because the speed component it will always raise some red flags with guys. It's like, can you win vertically? But to be honest with you, being fast and not knowing how to get where you're going doesn't work in the NFL. So I had to give him credit that he understands how to sell routes, to move guys and push you off of your spot to then give him space to work. And I appreciate that wholeheartedly with Elijah Surratt. Talking about a receiver that's moved his grade up. Yes, he's a second round prospect for me right now. And I just want to say this now, months beforehand, and I'm gonna keep saying it to remind y'all, don't go crazy. Like, we're loving what we're seeing right now. Now he goes to the combine, he runs a 4.53, and you're like, oh my God, he's not a 4.4 athlete. He's not running 4.3. No, nobody cares. Don't even trip off of that, guys. Because Devontae Adams is a lot of receivers who are not 4.3 athletes who absolutely cook every single week, you know what I mean, in the NFL. So yeah, man, I don't believe Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola and Wes Welker, those guys were 4.3 athletes. Not saying he has to play slot, but I'm just saying excuse me, that at the end of the day, like, speed is not the end all be all. So don't knock him if he doesn't run a 4.44 or 4.4 flat. Just understand that this young man knows how to play wide receiver. He knows how to play a position. He knows how to win, and he can win in a variety of ways. But guys, that's our show. Watch the tape Wednesday. Indiana star wide receiver Elijah Surratt and him climbing up grades for me. David Bailey, arguably the most complete pass rush skill set in the 2026 NFL draft. And Arvell Reese is none other. Simply put, he's the Terminator. He is the Terminator. Maybe he's Micah Parsons. Maybe I don't know. But at the end of the day, he's the Terminator. I love all three of these young men's games. But guys, as always, go subscribe and follow for free on YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. You get the latest episode as soon as it is available. Guys, thank you so much for making Locked On NFL Draft your first listen today and every day. Shout for being our everydayers. Keith will be joining me back again tomorrow on the Locked On NFL Draft podcast. So come and join the conversation again tomorrow on Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.